Welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother, Pianki Patah Muntu Nephra Moon Ra. And today we got a powerful show for you.
Bro. Hey, bro. Ain't today Tuesday?
Okay.
You know what that mean, right?
I'm about to do my show.
No. That mean welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314, where today I will be your host and I go by the name of nobody, always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody.
It's the Takeover, y'all. Takeover Tuesday. That's my little bro. It's on him. Peace.
Welcome back to another episode of Paradigm Shift TV 314. Man, I know y'all saw that debate that went down last night between DMG and Captain 10K. And man, we got one of the participants that was in the chat. Hey, he want to give his opinion and how he feel about the debate. And hey, we're gonna let the brother go in. But before he go in, we're gonna let the brother introduce himself, and then he gonna go in. Hey, the God body, Marlon Simmons. Introduce yourself, bro.
Peace. Yeah, I'm Marlon Simmons. I'm a 5%er, God body. I go by the name Yashban Knowledge Born, and it speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is born, and I let it be born, and I accept it. You know what I'm saying? I don't push it away. Like I say, I'm pretty knowledgeable, but I'm always learning. But what I know, and I'm gonna stick to that right there.
Let's go. All right, man. As y'all already know, y'all know Brother Marlon. He's a mainstay on this channel. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't got to say a lot when it comes to the introduction. All right, Brother Marlon. You saw the debate last night between Pianki and Captain Nagal.
Yes, I did.
What was some of your biggest discrepancies with what you heard in the debate? And do your thing, bro.
All right. Well, my biggest discrepancy, okay, with Degal and Captain 10K, they were expressing how they don't like Africans. That right there went to my soul, bro. Because I mean, honestly, I'm African. I don't care what anybody black to me is African. If we ever did the history on African people, we would take that shit back because Africans already had circumnavigated the whole damn globe. Okay. We've been as far as even Antarctica and dug Antarctica out and built under the ground. You can go there today. That's why people don't even want your ass out there. The white people don't want you coming out there to see what the Africans did with that shit because they out there with all types of stuff under the ground and they using the buildings and the stuff that the Africans put out there. So my whole thing is, if you're an Hebrew Israelite and you're occupying a part of Africa, and then you're going to take that part of Africa out of Africa and say that it's not in Africa and you don't like Africans, then where in the fuck are you from, dog? You can't be from this world. You can't be. When I just said the African man circumnavigated the globe, okay? Every piece of land on this motherfucker, we're there. We've been there. So what gives him the right to say he's a Hebrew Israelite? Like, the fuck is that, man? I mean, excuse my language, but that shit got my soul on fire right now, Jacoby. You gotta understand that, man.
I was gonna address that, but if we just gotta be fair, this is a diverse platform. This is a platform where all black people alike are willing to come and let their opinions and positions be known about a certain topic. So yes, I am a Christian brother. I do not cuss, but I do not press that same standard on anybody on this channel. First off, this is not my channel. I'm just a co-host of this channel. And as we know, this channel is built for all Black people, not just Christian Black people. And I'm happy to even be a part of this channel by being a Christian. So Brother Marlon,
yes.
a lot of people know that we have a messenger group, a paradigm shift messenger group, where everybody who have been on the platform and or mainstays on the platform is a part of this group. I seen after the debate last night, you had dropped some maps, the old map. We know today that lines have been moved and drawn, you know, on maps, not just in America, but also all around the world, because when it comes to going to war or, you know, treaties and all that, you know, certain people own certain parts of the land now that it wasn't like back then. So one of the issues I seen that you had was that based off of the old maps, Israel used to be considered a part of what we call modern Africa. So if we were to go based off of those old maps, I saw that you had a problem with Captain 10K saying that he is not an African, knowing that, knowing or maybe unknowingly, knowing that those maps back then in those times when the Bible was written would have had that whole thing pretty much the same. You want to go in on that?
Definitely, because land doesn't move, man. Men move lines and separate land due to wars or conquering or establishing it to be what they're changing it into. But naturally, Israel is in Africa, man. And like I said, I've been there. I went there in '93, and when the war kicked off, and I was in Israel. I was in Africa. I was in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? The Gaza Strip, all down through there, and I was in Africa. Nobody told me I was in Asia. Nobody said we were in Asia. We called it Africa. My commander called it Africa. The people we dealt with over there, the Palestinians and all of them, they said this is Africa. So for him to call himself a Hebrew Israelite, but then you want to take a part of Africa out of Africa and make it something else, and then you call yourself a Bible reader and all this and that, where in the Bible it speaks on that same part of land you're talking about, and when it speaks of it, it has nothing to say about Asia or nothing else. That's Africa, man. So who gave any man the right to change the location or to change where Israel is definitely located today? I mean, we could do that shit all we want, but it ain't gonna change where it is. The landmass ain't gonna move just because you're moving the lines. That's still Africa, man.
No, right. I agree. I would agree with that based off of the old maps. Okay, let's even use the modern maps, right? We know that the Bible says that you know, Israel was going to be taken on slave ships and all this stuff. Even though that's not a prophecy, that's what the Israelites like to use as a prophecy, as to say that we're Black people here in America. Okay, we know that history shows that the Black people who came to America was brought from West Africa, right? That's just history. That's historical fact, right? Would you agree with that?
That's what they say.
Okay, so knowing that the people, according to history, who came over here were bought from West Africa, and Cap would say that those people in West Africa were Israelites brought to West Africa or who migrated to West Africa and ended up becoming their slaves. How would you address that?
Okay, well, I mean,
This kind of what I'm asking. I'm asking you this. Was it Africans selling other Africans, or was it Africans selling somebody who selling Israelites who wasn't Africans? That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Okay, good question. All right, and like I said before, that whole continent, from the Middle East, from the end of the Middle East, as far as east you can go in the Middle East, going back west into Africa is all considered Africa. The Asian continent does not really seep into that area that much. All right. It's really on the west side of Egypt where the Asian continent really has a little bit of leverage in Africa, Turkey, and places like that. So when you say Africans selling other Africans, I agree with the brother DMG when he said what he said. They weren't selling other Africans, they were selling their enemies. Africa is a continent. That's not a damn country, all right? You got 54 countries in Africa. So if we sold the motherfuckers right down the street, that's understood because they're different from you, all right? We talking about a continent now with other countries in it. We're not talking about like the United States got 50 states in it. No, Africa
So
has
you think
54 countries.
they were Africans, as in, 'cause like you said, Africa is a continent. So there was
Right.
Africans as in the continent, but they were different nations.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And if we have it, if we have like we have here in America, I live in a part of Charleston called Goose Creek. Right down the street, 2 miles down the street from me is North Charleston. 10 miles down the street from there is Charleston. Now, in those three areas, neither one of us get along. And this is a small country compared to Africa, okay? So if that's the case here, you can imagine Africa is a continent. So of course you're gonna have people. If I go, if okay, if say that was going on over here right now. I'm in Goose Creek. Now, if I go down the street to North Charleston and I capture some North Charleston cats, I'm gonna sell them off to somebody else in Columbia somewhere because they are not from here. They are not from my area. You understand? Africa has countries, okay? Tribes. So when other tribes captured tribes that were not from their area, hey, what the hell do we care to sell these people? I mean, shit. And we talking about countries now. America is one country. We talking about 54 countries in Africa. So if I captured your behind from another country, if I'm from Timbuktu and you're from goddamn Nigeria, and I catch your ass in Timbuktu, I'm selling your ass off. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
understood, man. That's a whole nother nation right there. You know what I'm saying? And we in America, we playing with states over here, cities, towns, and shit. You know what I'm saying? Over there, you talking about whole other nations of people.
Yeah.
This is really one nation. Yeah, exactly. So I can understand that happening. And like DMG said, you know, we always talking about, oh, we Africans, we sold other Africans into slavery. Well, you got to understand what you're talking about when you say that. Now, when you say what you say, you're making it sound real simple. Like, well, they was all one nation. They all African. No, they not, man. No, the hell they not. You got many, many different nations in Africa, bro. We talking about a continent once again, not a country like America. We talking about a continent, dog. That place got 54 countries, and this is one country. We got 54 of these mugs over there in Africa. So that's understandable when they did what they did. It's very understandable. And to me, it's kind of exciting because it adds a stigma to it. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Africa's that big to a point where if a certain part of Africa caught other Africans, they would sell them off or they would get rid of them because that's the stigma to it, man. That's a continent, bro. We do that right here in America. We sell cats out to the police. We sell each other out to niggas in the streets. I mean, and this is a small country. I mean, this is just one country. You got 54 countries in Africa, bro. So I can understand that happening. And it makes all the sense in the world to me. I'm not mad at Africans because they did that. I'm not mad at them. You know,
humans gonna be humans, bro.
Huh?
Humans gonna be humans, and that's
Thank
the thing. You know, you meet people thinking just based off skin color. Oh, this person won't do this. This person won't do that. You can't name a person can't name one individual thing. I'm talking about as an individual. They can't name something that a black person hasn't done, that a white person hasn't done, and vice versa. So, like you said, it's not hard to believe, especially back in those times, especially back in those days. You know, it wasn't like a person can go up to a 7-Eleven or go up to a Walmart and fill out an application and get a job. I mean, unfortunate as it was, some people were slaves, you know, and some people have to help build the nation, and your job was to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, what it is. I mean, we ain't got to like it. we don't have to like it, but it's the truth. That's what it was like back then. You know what I'm saying?
And,
So yeah, I feel you on that.
and if I had prisoners of war, you're not
Right,
from my country. You're not
right,
from my tribe. Oh
right.
yeah, you're African, but you're different, and your nation is different from my
You
nation.
ain't me. You a
Okay,
blood, I'm a
so
crip. I'm a crip,
thank
you a blood.
you.
I don't know you.
Thank you. Yeah, I have no love for you. I'm gonna get rid of you, or either I'm gonna keep you as a servant to me, or I'm gonna sell your ass off for some spices, or trade you off for some guns. You know, I mean, at
Common
that
sense.
time,
Common sense.
that's what it was. We had something to give off for the come up. We got some extra people here we don't need. They ain't part of us. We captured these motherfuckers over here trying to steal or trying to come in and raid us. So we're gonna sell their ass off because they don't mean us no good anyway. You got some spices, you got some guns, you
And
wanna
that's
sell
just
them?
like,
Okay.
bro, and people make it seem like that's unreasonable or something. They make it like
Ah,
those type of situations don't happen today. But when they read it during the ancient times, they make it like, oh, it's so horrible. I don't see how they can do that. People do that stuff today. It may be
man,
on a
that's
smaller scale, but it's the same mind frame, the same mindset. Like you said, we still have prisoners of war. Now,
still to this day.
I, I don't consider this slavery, but the
No,
concept of working for your own, like going to go get a job, a 9 to 5. Back then, watch this. Back then, if a person owned all this land and all these animals, when you went to go work for that person, you stayed on their property. You ate
exactly.
their cows, their milk. Now, the only difference is that now, when you go work for Walmart, Walmart don't have you sleeping at Walmart. You can't eat the food out of Walmart. So what they do, they give you a check. You can go buy your own house, buy your own
Right,
food, or you can go buy
right,
dope with it. It's your,
right,
you ain't got to go buy no house. You can go buy dope. See what I'm saying? So it's the same system. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? And it
right.
seems like people act like they don't get that, bro. And I don't know, man. People be tripping, man.
That's
Real
that's the
talk.
that's the wool that's been pulled over the eyes of the people here in America, man. It's like they 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 they've been taught that emotional is how you should perceive and how you should handle everything. Well, in the great book, the Bible, God doesn't deal with emotions because he understands emotion is for the weak. If you fall to emotion, you crumble, you done. You know what I'm saying? Shit, when he sent Moses in the goddamn into Egypt, he didn't have no damn emotions for Pharaoh. He couldn't let emotions start. Well, I don't want to hurt Pharaoh. I did create Pharaoh. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
created Pharaoh, but
I
Pharaoh,
want to say this about that though. Now, God does have emotion.
huh?
I said I want to say this about that particular subject. Now, God does have emotion. Emotion is not for the weak.
Yeah,
The way you wait. The way a person handles their emotion
right,
can be
right,
weak. You
right.
know what I'm
I agree with
saying?
that. You're
So
right.
so God has emotion. That's the reason why we have emotion. Like for example,
Right.
Marlon, if you marry Marlon, right? Let's say you married, right?
Uh-huh.
If some dude is trying to take your wife, right? That feeling that you get, that's called jealousy. But that's a
Oh
good
yeah.
emotion though. Right? What's though? But that's the good side of jealousy though, because that's your wife, and you have the right to be mad over somebody else trying to talk to her or trying to holler at her. See what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So or let's say be happy. One of your kids graduate from school. You
Right.
probably never cried. You probably never cried a day in your life, but you saw your daughter or your son go across that stage, and you probably burst out in tears. That's a good
Definitely.
emotion. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Definitely.
being
Definitely.
weak because you're showing love. That hey,
Oh
my
no, no, no,
son,
no,
my
no.
daughter came out of they came out of my sack.
Right.
I
Right.
raised that person. You know what I'm saying? I don't make you know what I'm saying so, but I get where you're coming from on that. But go ahead, though, bro.
Yeah, I,
Go ahead.
I, I should have said it different. You know what I'm saying? And the way you said it is exactly how I mean it. I mean,
Right. I got you. I feel you,
uh,
bro.
but the thing is, the maps. I want to really focus on that right now because
Go in on that, bro. Go in
that
on
can be drawn by anybody and anything can be said about the particles of land that sit wherever they drew the lines or whatever. But if we want to be real about it, Israel is in Africa. It sits right in the end of Egypt, dead up in the Gaza Strip, right in the Middle East. All that's Africa, dog. I don't care what nobody say. And like I
it.
say, I roll with God on that because the land is naturally where he set it at, where he put it at. All right. Israel sits right on the end of Egypt. Egypt is Africa. The Middle East is Africa. I don't care how much they try to separate the shit. Pakistan, Afghanistan, all them places right there in that Gaza Strip, all that's Africa, man. Saudi Arabia, the middle, all that's Africa, bro. As much as man tries to dice it up, slice it up, and section it off and give it to other places, Israel is in Africa, man. You walk right out of Egypt, right into Israel. No line, no nothing stopping you.
They say
I
it's a
done it
6-day
myself.
walk. It takes 6. Now, we got cars today, but they say
Yeah,
it's a 6-day walk. That's close. That's closer than close.
yeah, man. Shit, we had a convoy that went from Egypt through Israel, Pakistan, Afghanistan, um, and where else did we be? Throughout the Gaza, all up in the Gaza Strip through there because we had a motor pool over there, and we had to set up out there to, you know what I'm saying, keep our tanks going and keep shit, you know what I'm saying, keep the soldiers protected who was, you know, keeping the tanks moving because we needed our tanks at that moment right there. So I saw all that, all right? And it's all the same looking land. Ain't nothing changed about it. When we went from one part to the next, it was all the same. The people looked the same. You had lighter skinned people, you had darker skinned people. They all spoke African language. And like I said, it was Africa. Nobody told me it was Asia. Nobody said we were in Asia. They said Africa. Every place we moved to in that area was called Africa. No Europe, no Asia, none of that. So I don't understand how in the hell can Europe, Asia, and Africa all combine in that one spot where if you go east and you go past all of that, you're in Asia. You got to pass the Middle East and all that to get to, I'm sorry, to Europe. Asia is nowhere near that spot. So I don't even see how in the hell you can say that Israel is a part of Asia, the Asian continent, where no parts, no signs, and nothing over there said we was ever in Asia in that area.
That's what he said. That's what Cap said last night. That Israel or Asia.
Yeah. And you know, when I pulled the map up, it even said that the Asian continent claims Israel. A claim. I could claim, like I said, I could put a claim on whatever. If it ain't me, it ain't me. Once we go to court and they figure it out, they say, well, that ain't yours. I could claim it all day. A cop can claim that I killed somebody. If they ain't got the proof when we go to court, I'm walking home.
Right.
A claim is a claim, bro. I can claim anything I want to claim. Everybody got a right to make a claim. But when it comes down to it, when the facts hit the table, we're gonna see what the claim holds. And if your claim don't hold water, man, you better get up out of here with that.
Yeah. Yep. That's how it should go. Right. Right.
So
So
the
why do you
claim,
think? So why you think people like Captain or other people of that same persuasion think that about Israel or believe that we're not Africans? I mean, like, matter of fact, let me change the question. Why would somebody, a black man in America, try to prove that we're not Africans?
okay, my only thing is I could say is he's trying to identify himself with something. You know what I'm saying? And the way he's trying to do it is to to look down on the African man when the spot you're claiming that you're a part of, or you say you're a Hebrew Israelite and all this and that. Hebrew Israelite, bro. Hebrew comes from Africa, bro. Israel, the place that they're claiming and saying that only Hebrew Israelites are from there, is dead in the Gaza Strip. Is dead in the Middle East, in the Middle East of Africa. So how can you say that where you're from is not, you're not African, bro? I mean, that right there, I don't even want to. I want to disassociate myself with you, straight up. And I told Cap that in my voicemail. I don't want you around me, bro. Straight up. If I see you, I ain't no telling what I'm gonna do to you.
Oh
Straight up
no,
and
no,
down.
Marley. Can't be talking.
And man,
No, no, we
that's
don't
how
know.
deep you going because you
We don't
insulting
feel
my
nobody
home.
else,
You
Marley,
insulting
man. Come on.
you.
It's just
No, I feel it in my
it's just
heart and
what
my
he
soul
believes,
that you
though, bro.
insulting me. I'm an
We
African. I don't give a damn what
we gonna have to
nobody
talk about
says.
that offline. You and I gonna have a one-on-one about that offline, man. But you know, man, we just sharing
Man, come
information,
on,
man.
man.
We ain't finna hate nobody, bro.
I understand what you're saying. You my brother, man. But that's how seriously I take that right there, man. You hurt my heart, man, when you say fuck Africa. The hell with Africans, dirty, dingy. What are you talking about, man? What the hell are you saying? Let me tell you something. My heritage here in America, I am a Blackfoot Indian. That's what my grandmother and my family. I got the whole setup to my whole background from Alabama to Louisiana, all throughout those places. Those were Blackfoot Indians. Okay, the Ohlone Indians were on the West Coast. The Blackfoot migrated from Texas through Louisiana up into Alabama, Mississippi, and places like that. And that's my family. That's my heritage. But when I dig deep into it, and I go back into my aunt and my grandmother's father, Maynard, Gus and Cindy Maynard, they were black people. Okay, they were Indians, but their heritage is African. And if you dare tell my grandmother that she's not African, you got a problem, man. You're gonna have a problem on your hands, man. And that's how I associate myself with Africa, because everybody on the globe has an African seed in them. I promise you.
Are you
Even
want
the
to say this, man?
Chinese people, even the Chinese, man. If you were to go back and look at what's that tribe?
Hold up, before you say that, Marlon. I just want
Mhm.
y'all to know my brother a little passionate, man. He talking, man. But y'all know we don't condone violence on this channel, man. This is the
Nah, we
place
don't. We don't. We
where
don't.
brothers are able to come up here, get across your opinion, and you ain't gonna have to look over your shoulder. My brother just talked to
Nah,
y'all
nah.
briefly.
I ain't really.
You're
I
not
just
gonna
feel
hurt my brother.
insulted, man, and it hurts me to
He
hear
just finna
another
talk to
black
you, that's all.
person say that I ain't from Africa. Africans is dirty. African, bruh. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. You make me want to cry, man. Don't do that, bruh. It's bad enough that the opposition got us slapping each other's heads off and fighting each other like we can't like we can't stand to see black. Like I understand it, you know what I'm saying? Because once you've been put in a situation and beat down for so long, you tend to hate yourself. You tend to hate the fact that you're black. You tend to hate other black people. That's because your the suppression of your mind it's like a vice grip on your head, and the person just keep tightening it and keep tightening it, and that'll make you just flip on everybody. I understand that, but at the same time, bro, we are African people, man. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in the information. There's no doubt in the reality of it. We are African people, bruh. So he really hurt my heart, man, when he said what he said, man. And I mean, I had to leave the chat for a minute. That's why I left all them voice messages, man. Cause bro, you can't do that, man. You shouldn't do that, man. I don't care where you from. I really
Nah,
don't.
I seen it. That's why I said let's jump on the show, because I seen you. You've been passionate for the last 24 hours about it. So Cap, just to reiterate, Cap, you ain't got to look over your shoulder. My brother Marlon ain't coming for you. He just wants you to know
Nah,
that
man.
you hurt his
I
heart.
ain't even.
You really hurt his heart when you came
Yeah,
and said
yeah,
black people.
yeah. Really.
That's
Yes, he
all he's
did.
saying, man.
Yes, he
Y'all know
did,
how we
man.
barbershop talk. We just barbershop talking on here tonight, man. So everybody, it's all love over here. But now, man, as you know, I was the moderator for the debate. And I kind of heard some stuff from both sides that was actually good, man. But I did see in the chat probably about 99.9% of the people were saying that Cap was tripping for even taking this debate on that subject.
Yeah, the way he talks about African people, man, you need to really stop that, man, because you can't separate yourself from what you are naturally, man. You are African black man, bro. And I understand you claim Hebrew Israelite and all that, but if you do claim Hebrew Israelite, they from Africa too, bro. There's no way around that, bro. I mean, ain't no way you can get around it, man. Israel sits right in the heart of Africa, damn near in the Middle East. So how can you say that that belongs to the Asian continent when the map that I pulled up, it even said in that tutorial that Asia claims Israel. It's not a part of Asia. It's not. They trying to claim it. And you can't claim something that's not. You could claim all day, but when the reality sets in and the truth comes out and the facts at the table, it's not yours.
Yeah, what? See. Well,
It's
sorry,
not yours.
we ain't gonna be before the people too long, but we're gonna go past this. Um, I know the listening audience, y'all should be a little hype. Y'all may not know this. My brother Marlon has a conversation coming up with either Captain 10K or one of his officers about this specific subject. So as y'all can see, my brother Marlon, he's very passionate about what he's saying. You know, he even pulled up the old maps and the times to prove the point that he's trying to make as well. So, brother Marlon, knowing that coming up sometime in the near future, you finna have to have a conversation with one of these brothers, bro, and pretty much
Yeah.
back up everything that you're saying. What statement would you give to that?
Yeah, it's gonna be a very civilized conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hold back. You know what I'm saying? The way I really feel about what Cap said. I really don't like Cap because what he
No,
said.
I want you to hold that. I mean, put out the
No,
information.
no, no, no. I'm not.
Just
I'm
don't
not
be.
going to express that. I'm just saying I don't like him for that because Africa's been suffering for so long, bro. And those are my people. Those are your people. I don't care, bro, if you black. Africa is your people, man. And you should be proud that you hold a dark color, a hue to your skin that you can say you from Africa. Africa is a great, great, great continent. The nations of Africa are great. I don't care how we feel. I don't care what we see on TV. I don't care what we read in books. And like I said, I was there myself. And if you ever go there yourself, you're going to see that all that stuff is bull. It's bull, man. Africa's a great continent. The nations over there are very great. So I don't like when somebody tries to squat and take a shit on Africa and say Africans dirty, Africans stupid, African. You don't know. You really don't know shit. You don't. You don't. If you have not been there, bro, you can't say that. I've been there. I've talked. I've sat down with African people, man, and it genuinely made me feel so much closer and made me respect them so much more because they're very, very wise people, bro. Very smart people, very spiritual. I mean, if we could go over there and learn some of the stuff I learned from them people, man, we would be a better nation over here in America, man. For real, for real. Because the way we live over here is nothing close to the way they live over there, man. And when you talking about royalty, you see it over there, bro. Even the royalty in Europe is just a small taste of what Africa has to offer, bro. I'm telling you, bro. So I mean, they got all the respect from me, all because it opened my eyes to a whole lot, and I thank God that I was able to go over there for myself and feel, not just see it and feel that, man. And it felt amazing. I didn't even want to come back, man. I didn't. Africa has so much to offer, man. So much. And as much as it's being robbed, they can rob that place until the end of time and still never take everything that Africa has to offer. That's how much they got over there. The land over there is so rich. You could throw a seed on the ground and stand there within the hours and watch that seed bust open, I swear to God, and start growing right there in your face. Whereas over here, it'll take you to put it in the ground, put some water on it. In the next 2 or 3 days, you might see the plant coming up out the dirt. Africa, I swear to God, you can throw the seed on the ground that day and watch that seed bust open and start growing right there, right
Oh,
there. That's how rich the ground is, man. It's full of nutrients and all that. And the ground presses and makes what you find up under there: gold, oil, diamonds. The ground makes that stuff, man. That amazed the hell out of me to see that, bro.
yeah, I ain't
So,
never been outside of America,
man, if
so
you got to go see that happen, man. You
yeah,
got to go
I
see
can
that
say
happen.
that sound kind of far out. But then again, I ain't never been outside of
Hey,
America, so
hey,
I can't say you
it
wrong
tripped me out when I seen it too, brother Jacobus, but I saw it with my own eyes, man. The ground over there is so full of, it's so rich, it's so full of nutrients, elements, and All I mean, the stuff that works this cell phone that we on right now comes out of the ground in Africa. You can't find it nowhere else in the world, bro.
Okay,
Nowhere
let me say
else in
this.
the world.
Let me say this. Okay, no, saying what you are saying about Africa, and I'm not saying if you're wrong or whatever. Why do you think some of the poorest countries on earth are in Africa since the land is so rich and nutrient and all that?
Because, okay, honestly, they've been robbed of the knowledge of what they got. Now, before now, and even back then, you had some spots in some places in Africa that did not know or didn't have the knowledge of what they had, but there were people there that did. And what they did was they traded it off to other countries for things that they didn't have, the little material things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like if you ever watched the movie Shaka Zulu, when
Yeah,
the white people came in, they had a little box, a little wooden music box, and when they opened it, the little ballerina spent around and it played music. And the African guy asked the white guy, "How do you get the wood to play music?" He didn't know about the little components and stuff that they put in there, and the little chimes and stuff that they had to turn, the little wheel turned and then bling 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 and made the music or whatever. They didn't know about that, you know what I'm saying? But that same thing that was made came from right there where they were, and they had no idea of it. And that's the reason why you still have parts of Africa that are like that, because the knowledge has been stolen. They don't know that they sitting on a gold mine. When Mansa Musa and people like that were around there, they knew what they had. So the white man know they had to get rid of, or the enemy know they had to get rid of people that had the knowledge of what they got. Because as long as they're around, we're gonna have to keep fighting these jokers. But if we get rid of the knowledge and we take the younger generations and we keep them away from the knowledge and we just steal what they got from up under them and they not know what they got, then hey, we good. And that's what's going on with Africa today. But if you go over there and see the cities over there, yo, man, all throughout Africa, man, Lagos and cities all throughout Africa, man, make New York look like a damn playground, bro.
yeah.
They got some fascinating cities over there, man. Over there in Dubai and what's the God dang it, shit, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's right on the tip of my tongue. But they got it
No,
so
I
nice,
know
man.
it's some beautiful places over there. Because a lot of people.
Man,
That's why I said certain parts. Notice I didn't say all of Africa because some people are under the impression that all of Africa, looks like the commercial that we see every year with the little boy, being skinny and they don't
yeah.
even think that it's beautiful places over there.
I could show you places like that right around here in Charleston, man. You got people around here, so they starving so bad and look so bad. If
Right,
I only
right,
showed you that on TV, you wouldn't want to come to South Carolina.
right, right, right.
But then if I show you the other parts of the shit, you'd be like, damn, that shit is beautiful. It's all in what I allow your eyes to see. And that's why Africa is disenfranchised, because once, like I said, once the enemy saw what Africa had, they took it. They took the knowledge. They got rid of the older people. They got rid of the elders, and they took over the younger generations. And then they filled their head with bullshit. They didn't let them see what they had. They just came over there and took it. Man, when I was over there, man, the De Beers. I don't know if you ever heard of this family out of Europe.
No, I haven't.
They had these big ass machines and stuff over there, and they was digging for oil, gold, diamonds, and I mean they robbing the place blind, man. Sierra Leone down there, they just robbing the hell out the place, man. I went to a few parts of Africa while I was over there, and when I saw what I saw, I really didn't like it, man. I didn't like it at all, man. I didn't, because the people I was rolling with, we was the ones over there doing it to them. And that's when I got back over here. I got the hell out the military. They asked me to re-enlist. I said, hell no, man. I don't want to be a part of this shit no more, man.
That's where it
That's how
came from.
passionate I am.
Your time in the army.
Yeah. Yeah. I went over there in 93. Um, the war. I went to Ethiopia, Somalia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Egypt, put my hands on the pyramids. And the thing that killed me about the pyramids was I remember when I was a small kid in school, when I saw the pictures of the pyramids, they were covered in gold. And when I got old enough to go over there, they just rocks, and the only part that's still gold is the very tips of them, and they're stripping that off too as we speak right now. And that really hurt me because those pyramids were gold from the top to the bottom, covered in gold. And it amazed me that these people built these pyramids and covered. I mean, you know how long it took them to melt that gold down and cover that whole pyramid with it, man. And they had that much gold to just cover a couple of cover the pyramids with. That tells you they got gold under that ground they'll never run out of. They got resources that's gonna last Africa until the end of time, bro. Oil, diamonds, rubies, gold, jade. It's a never ending it's a never ending resource. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. Like I said, the ground is so rich because they don't have the same. They got clay. It's like clay, but the clay is so they eat it, man. These people actually eat the clay, man. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this shit, bro. That's how rich that ground is, man. So that tells me, and it should tell everybody around them, Africa is the motherland to the earth, bro. You can't beat it, man. I don't care what you do. You can't outdo Africa, man. There's no way it can be done. There's no other land on this planet like it, man.
Yeah,
When
man.
you're over there,
My
you
brother.
can feel it.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you too long, bro, man. Do you want to give any closing words on the debate last night or any subject that we spoke on just here tonight, man? You know, this was pretty much your this pretty much was your show, giving you an outlet on what you're saying go on last night during the debate. You was the most passionate person in the chat as well as in the group, and you asked to come on so that you can express your opinion. And you know, I wanted to give you that opportunity. So do you have any last closing words that you want to give to the subject at hand? This is the
Yeah,
time
and
to
I
do
want
it.
to say I appreciate you for giving me a chance to give my spill. I appreciate DMG for opening up all of y'all for opening the whole thing up because I really want people to understand and hear this, man. Because we as Black people need to understand this, man. We are not the lowest on the totem pole here in this country, bro. We are the very much highest people.
Tell
That's
them.
why that's why we get shitted on and banged on so hard because everybody around us knows if we ever can get back to a point of loving ourselves, loving our nations, we would rule the world, man. And that's what I got when I went to Africa, man. These people actually rule this world, man. They just don't know it. We here in America, we could rule this world. We just don't know it. If we look at the strength and the energy and stuff that we put into the stuff that we do here in this country that's not worth nothing to us, like trying to run the streets and trying to shit on each other and kill each other and shoot each other instead of taking that energy and putting it together and building. You know what I'm saying? Building corporations, building our own businesses, building our families and our communities like we used to do. That used to happen, but we lost our way. You know what I'm saying?
That was at a time too where people believe in the Bible more than what a lot of these cats do today, man. So you
Yes,
know.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
And
hey,
you know what? Being a 5%er, I'm not gonna tell you you telling 100% truth, man.
see,
You
you
telling the
know,
truth.
history is history, man. We ain't gotta like it, but hey, we can't deny the facts, you know. You know what I'm
You
saying?
telling the truth
Well, hey, to
because
the Paradigm Shift audience, 314, man. Hey, that has been Marlon Sims, the 5%er, aka the God Body. I
yes,
am
sir.
nobody, the co-host of Paradigm Shift TV 314. As y'all can see, I got to deal with all these crazy brothers, man. But as y'all can see, I love all my bros. I'm crazy just like them, and it ain't nothing but
Nothing but
love,
love.
man. And you know, this is the most diverse platform on YouTube,
Yes,
as
sir.
people have been saying for like the last for about the last couple of weeks. We've kind of been
Hmm.
getting that title, man, and
Oh
we
yeah.
just look forward to bringing y'all more content, bringing y'all more debates, more discussions, more dialogues from a
More
Black
knowledge.
perspective. Let y'all know how people feel about what's going on out here you know, in these YouTube streets, you're getting it from all perspectives, whether it's Christian, whether it's atheist, whether it's Muslim, whether it's Kemetic, whether it's 5%er, whether it's
Yes, sir.
Hebrew Israelite, you're getting it from all walks of life, man.
No
And
matter.
we appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. That's peace.
Yes, sir. That's peace, man.